It's a slap in the face bundle. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. How's everyone doing today? Is the audio coming through fine? Doing today is the audio. Yep, sounds good. For reference, people watching this VOD later, this was done as a live stream, so I'll try to include some chapters down below after the stream. Darth, Darthon, Voyager, another Darth. We got lots of Darths in chat today. Chiaps, all safe. Chell, Martin, Chiaps, Bridger, how's it going? Even the blood items, yeah. Yeah. Well, so I'll be taking a look at everything in the bundle here today and giving my thoughts on it. I was going to do this as a video initially, but I I spent like an hour and a half trying to get a recording done and figured it'd be just easier for me to get this done as a live stream. What I DM'd you is too funny. Yeah, I thought about including that in like a supposed video, but I figured it'd probably be better if I left that joke out, Voyager. Yeah, Chell, I'll take a look at it after the stream here. Okay, let me head on to my in-game source here. There. So right off the bat, you guys can probably guess where I would put this new Muds bundle on the tier list. It would go into the never buy category. This bundle is aggressively quite poor value. And the reason for that is that this Muds Khitomer Alliance bundle is a Muds bundle that is entirely composed of event ships, and specifically the 3 Khitomer Alliance event ships from the 2020, 2021, and 2022 anniversary events. So these were all ships that were at one time free to obtain. Now, there's already 2 different routes in the game for that Cryptic has used to make these older event ships available for purchase after the events. The first is through the Phoenix store via the Epic tokens, and that has been quite successful. That's a really good resource sink for Cryptic. The other route is through the Mud store, and the ships do cost quite a bit, but the price of them is reasonable during a 75% off sale, which takes them to right around $40. So there were already 2 established routes that Cryptic had in the game to give players routes to access older event ships, and this new method that they are trying out here is just very very aggressively not player friendly. Ripper, thank you for the sub. Alan, how's it going? So the biggest issue you have with this Muds bundle is that you can't just get one of the ships. If you look back at the Epic store, the Epic Phoenix store, or the existing Mud ship tab, you can just buy those ships on their own. And again, the price that you see there without a sale going on is really bad. That's $170. But during a 75% off sale, that ends up being right around $42. So that's not that terrible. This bundle, if you want even just one of these Khitomer Alliance ships, you have to get at least the Pick 3 Choice Pack, which has a base cost of $300. And that will, of course, go on a 50% sale, but you're still talking about $150, even if you just want one of these ships. It's just aggressively bad. Let me see what's going on in chat here. This bundle is for the husband who seeks approval of the wife. Wow. Yeah. I have a comment that I might share on Discord later on Voyager saw, but I'm going to leave it out of the video because it's not good for me to show on YouTube. Yeah, I've already got that pulled up, Chell. So every other Muds bundle that has been introduced into the game has lockbox, lobby, and promo ships as the ships in it. This is the first Muds bundle that has none of those high value ships, and it's also the first to have event ships in it. So it's a huge shift on the direction of how they are introducing event ships long term to players that miss the initial events. And I think we need to, as many of us as possible in the community, just don't buy this bundle. Show Cryptic that this is not the way to put the old event ships into the game, because you're talking about $150 at a minimum to get this bundle. And there's even a mega option, even though this bundle doesn't have as many options as the other mega bundles, which have 7 options in them. This mega pack will only get you 7 different things there, but it's still the same cost of $600. Spencer, you got that stare app on? Oh yeah, I do. Is it creeping you out? So this is, there's this bundle. If you wanted to get the 3 event ships in it, would cost you basically as much as the 10th anniversary bundle. Yes, the mega pack. The mega pack costs you 60,000 Zen, but don't worry, it'll be on sale 50% off for the first 2 weeks that this bundle is out, which is March 9th through the 23rd. The dates in this bundle were all over the place. Let me refresh and see if they fixed that. Okay, they did. So March 9th through the 23rd, this bundle will be available at 50% off for the Pick 3 Choice Pack and the full Mega Bundle. It's like an early April Fool's, exactly. This is not the way. I thought I actually had that typed into the title, but then I just went with Yikes. Yeah. The value is really bad. Now, I'll get into the specific stats of each ship here in a minute. But as Shell pointed out, Fleffel has that sortable, filterable ship list that Fleffel maintains, and Fleffel went through and put in a comparison for each of these Khitomer aligned ships to a comparable ship in the 13th bundle. So if you look at these really close, and I'll zoom in to make this easier to read, if I can zoom in. There we go. So the Khitomer Alliance battlecruiser, Fluffle compared to the Terran Sirius Command Dreadnought cruiser, which was in the 13th bundle. And spec-wise, one of the common themes you're going to see across all of these Khitomer ships is that they are event ships. Event ships natively have weaker specialization seating on them. They're designed to be weaker ships because Cryptic still wants you to have some sort of incentive to go out and get the better C-Store, Lockbox, Lobby, promo ships, the ones that cost money. So these free ships are basically never meant to be as good as what the modern offerings are in the C-Store and the more expensive gambling obtained options. So each of these Khitomer ships has incredibly weak specialization seatings, of Lieutenant Commander, or Lieutenant Commander plus an Ensign. And, you compare that to the 13th bundle ships that we just got. The Terran Sirius, the only thing that the Terran Sirius doesn't have that the Khitomer has is a 5-3 weapon setup. But the Terran Sirius, if you were looking for like an engineering focused ship, the Terran Sirius is probably going to be a better route for you, even though it's a 4-4. It's got a stronger spec setup. It's got a hangar bay. It's got increased hull and shield capacity. Like all around, the Terran Sirius, even though it's not the best ship ever, is still a better ship than the Khitomer. Can I please take off Creepy Spencer? Yeah, I can take the eye stare off. Yeah. You guys don't like that, I know. Now I got his. There we go. They made that turn Galaxy X look good. That takes effort. Exactly. Now the Timur Alliance Raider, when you compare that to the Eagle, it is brutal. So the Eagle across the board is basically a straight upgrade over the Timur. Timur, however you pronounce it. The Terran Eagle just straight up gets a commander spec seat added to it. The Timur gets just a lieutenant commander command seat. The Eagle gets a commander pilot plus a lieutenant commander command. The Eagle has better maneuverability. The Eagle has better hull capacity, but slightly weaker shields. You know, the bridge officer's quite comparable, except the Eagle gets that extra spec seat added onto it, which is a commander pilot, which with the Eagle console, you know, is greatly increasing the value of that. Staring into your soul. I turned that off. Yeah, it's turned off. And the only other difference is the Timur had 4 engineering consoles and 2 science, and the Eagle has that flipped. And the Eagle has 1 less device slot. So, like, when you compare the Timur versus the Eagle side by side, why would you get the Timur? Like, just get the Eagle. It's a straight upgrade. And it's a $30 ship. And even if you wanted, even if you wanted to look at it bundle versus bundle, the 13th anniversary bundle has a better sale price than this new Khitomer Alliance bundle will have. I think the main issue that this Khitomer Alliance Muds bundle has is that its price is just too high. And that's true for most of the Muds bundles, but if Cryptic is gonna, continue trying to put, or if this is a trend that they want to start where they're pushing old event ships out via these Muds bundles, then they need to adjust the price. Because spending $150 to get 3 mediocre event ships that are subpar to modern C-store offerings, that's rough. That price is not a typo. They've already went through and fixed the typos in the blog. Initially, this blog had dates for the bundle releasing in March, June, and November. So they went through and fixed all that. And they're not going to adjust the ships into full seating. We'll get into the console and trait here in a couple of minutes. And then if we go over to the Drak versus the Monitor, again, that's like a straight upgrade. The Drak has just an ensign command as its secondary spec seat, whereas the Terran Monitor, you still have the Lieutenant Commander Temporal, but you get a full Miracle Worker on the Monitor. So it just, with all of these ships that are in this Khitomer bundle, if you compare them to ships in the 13th bundle, it's a really hard sell. The 13th bundle is just a drastically better deal compared to this Muds Khitomer bundle. Plus the universal slot for the Monitor, yeah. So let's take a look at the console and trade-off of each of these ships. I actually have the Drak. I do not have the Timur or the Khitomer Alliance. I did not get them from those events because I just didn't feel like it at the time. Which is always a big mistake when it comes to things in STO. You never want to miss the free ships because you regret it later. So the Drak console, or the Drak Starship trait, is backup shield batteries. And what this does is it makes Drain Bridge Officer abilities enable shield facing regen. So if any or activating a Drain Bridge Officer ability builds a charge, and if any shield facing reaches 0, it will fully restore that shield facing, and it will remove 1 charge. So it's like a shield. You build up charges to make sure your shields stay up. I don't have the Timur or the Khitomer. Maybe they're releasing this bundle to increase the sales for the 13th, possibly. But I think that they are I think that they are just trying to see if they can get away with this as a monetization method for the older event ships. So the trade off of the Jirok, I don't really know how much value this has. Um I don't foresee that you'd necessarily run this even on like a tank build right now. For the console does actually have relevance. It's actually a pretty decent console on the Jirok. The passives on it are 2.9% crit chance and 7.6 aux power setting. And then it's got a clicky on it that will buff you and your teammates for 5 seconds to give you and your teammates 20% critical hit chance, and it will reset your hangar bay recharge time and your allies' hangar bay recharge time for that 5 seconds. And then for 20 seconds, it is actually giving a pretty substantial boost to any summoned hangar pets and summoned NPCs for that are within 20 kilometers. And it actually does give a pretty substantial crit chance boost to those pets. It's actually a pretty decent console for carrier builds. But again, do you want to spend, that much for it? Is it something you really want to spend 150 bucks on? Probably not. The pets unlocked from the Jirok are pretty good. These are torpedoless pets, and I think I have the better quality version of them on my tank, I believe. Yeah. But I thought the Hydra stuff is really good. I've been testing it for the past couple of days. And I thought I had them here, but apparently not. Let me just pull them up on the wiki. Yeah, the pets from the Jirok, the Alliance Fighter Squadrons, are actually pretty good. The elite ones that you can get from the your fleet starbase, these have micro anti-proton beam rays and pulse cannons on them. Pulse cannons are key for those of you that have superior area denial. And then they have Focused Assault 3 on them. Focused Assault is a mark on target ability that will give a damage boost to yourself and any allies that are shooting that ability. So the Jirok hangar pets are actually pretty good. They're pretty solid. The Jirok has a solid carrier console and a solid set of pets that it unlocks. But again, I don't think it's worth 150 bucks. The thing is with Cryptic, STO supposedly is still performing quite well. There was just a post from like Massively OP. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, this was just a recent post. And what this post from Massively OP is saying is that Embracer, the company that bought out Cryptic, part of the reason that they're performing so well financially is because Star Trek Online and Neverwinter were both performing extremely well for their back catalog. So the game is the game is still getting money. The game is still doing well financially. I think the issue is that money is not being reinvested into the game. And I think that's the big issue there. Cryptic donation store. Yeah, the higher ups aren't choosing these ships. Yeah, they're recovering what they spent for sure. Okay, So that is the Jirac. The Jirac is honestly not a bad ship. Like it's I wouldn't spend 150 bucks on it, but the okay, let me rephrase. For a free ship, it wasn't that bad. For a ship that you're spending money on, the Terran Monitor is a better ship. But let me rephrase, what I'm saying here, because we're not talking about this ship being free anymore. We're talking about all these ships being part of a $150 to $600 bundle. So when the Drak was free, it definitely was pretty solid. The console and the pets and unlocks were really good. But again, I don't think I would spend 150 bucks on them. If the ship had been available on its own for 40 bucks or via an epic token, I would I'd be recommending it. But with the requirement, this hard requirement that you have to at least get the pick 3 choice pack to get it, I can't really justify that. Yeah, Jamie, this is the March Muds bundle. It is a Muds bundle composed of event ships. So the next ship is the Tamir Alliance Raider. This is honestly like a pretty solid torpedo platform, but the issue that just really kills the Tamir, and that I already talked about, is that the Terran Eagle just came out, and the Terran Eagle is a C-store ship that you can get for 30 bucks that just outclasses it. Like the Terran Eagle is a straight like generational upgrade over the Tamir. Everything that the Tamir can do, the Terran Eagle can do better. And the Eagle, if I swap over to it, the Eagle has a console on it that is massively boosting that playstyle. So if you were wanting the Tamir, you're just never going to get the level of performance that you could get out of the Eagle. Yeah, like the Tamir is definitely like really good, but you've got the Eagle now, and the Eagle has this covert warhead module console on it. So even if you had the Tamir and you had the Eagle, you can't use the Eagle console to the same effect on the Tamir, because the Eagle console specifically performs better if it's on a ship that has a commander pilot seat, which the Eagle has, but the Tamir does not. Scar, how's it going? It even has the same enhanced battle cloak. Exactly. So I just the Tamir is cool. It really is. It was a ship that performed very well for a lot of people. But the Eagle just released. It's 30 bucks if you want to buy it on its own, or it's part of the 13th bundle, which you can get for less than what this new bundle costs. The Tamir is a hard one to justify. They should have lowered the price of the Khitomer Alliance bundle because it's the same cost as the 10th bundle. Yeah, but pretty much. I mean, the 10th bundle does cost like another 30-40 bucks, but yeah, I get what you're saying there. It's the 10th bundle is 10 ships for like 160 bucks if you get the year's end during a Zen charge. This is 150 bucks. This Michael, how does the console work? You talking about the passive or the clicky? The passive, the first week you had to like unslot the console and reslot it to get it to like actually register that it was on a pilot ship. But I think they fixed that. The clicky, so if you're using energy weapons, the console almost immediately goes off, is what I've been seeing. The Eagle console, you click that, you fly by targets, and it'll sync up and blow them all up at the same time if you're on a torp boat. This is exactly how Cryptic operates gamble boxes and FOMO bundles. Yeah. Worst Muds bundle so far? Absolutely. If I was doing this Muds bundle tier list today, I would probably, it would at least go in the never buy bundle, but I might make another tier for this is just insulting to players. Yeah, exactly, Steven. This bundle is composed entirely of event ships, which are, straight up, they're designed to be weaker ships. Yeah. So the Tamir, it's a 5-1 raider, just like the Eagle. But it's only spec seed as a Lieutenant Commander command. The Eagle gets a Lieutenant Commander command plus a Commander pilot. So stat wise, the Tamir is just simply outclassed. For the trait on the Tamir, it's the sniper trait, and basically while this is slotted, your torpedoes will do additional damage at long range, and you will get a boost to crit chance when firing torpedoes from more than 5 kilometers away. This is like a decent budget torp trait, but it's not must have. And the console from the Tamir is the Alliance Tactics. Passives for 17.1% Cat 1 anti-proton damage and 17.1 Starship Weapon Amplification. And for reference, Starship Weapon Amplification, what does that value actually equal? So 0, so it's... So it's just under 7% of crit severity on the passive. So not really that much. And the clicky is a heavy anti-proton... what is this? It fires 2 powerful bolts of anti-proton damage at your target and grants you a boost to weapon shield pen for a couple seconds and gives you a damage boost for a couple seconds. I mean, it's not the worst console I've ever seen, but I also don't think most people would probably benefit that much from it. It doesn't look like it's a must-have. Yeah, I think if they want to do this, they just need to adjust the price. So, price-wise, I think I'm trying to think what price would be acceptable to people on this. Yeah, Stargate, that's a good point. I think even the secondary items don't look, outside of the T6 coupon and the keys, it's not that great. I think if the full mega pack was $150, that would be more reasonable, because then at that point at least you're getting, you're getting the 50 master keys, you're getting the 10 upgrades, you're getting the 2 T6 coupons, 9 upgrade tokens. I think at that point some people would be able to justify it a bit better. Nick 0. Thank you for the resub there, Nicholas. Yeah, I would rather. I would overall just rather that they individually post the ships. Yeah. Michael, you know it. The Khitomer ships were the anniversary ships from 2020, 2021, and 2022. Yeah, so overwhelmingly, it looks like you guys just would prefer that the ships are available individually, which I agree with. That really should be how they should have done it. Yeah, I think we're gonna see another Muds bundle very, very quickly. Like, this is I saw the comment there that the tier for this bundle should be like, you know, below never buy. It's never buy and make sure everyone you know knows to never buy this bundle. I like that. I read that in chat, but I forget who said it. That's a good idea. This is a joke. Yeah. And the last ship here is the Khitomer Alliance Battle Cruiser. Nick gifted 20 memberships. Jeez, Nick. Thank you, man. It's the Are You Kidding tier. Nicholas, thank you for the 20 gifted, man. Very much appreciated. That's going to be a lot of pop-ups here in the next minute. We all must be casual. What about the BC bundle that is already live? Are you the pilot one? Rob, I wouldn't, if you're talking about the pilot one that's currently live, I would not buy that until there's a sale. It's not worth it at its current price. But if you're talking about the existing Khitomer bundle here, this is just the Vandy Shield, and this is the Vandy Shield, the outfits, and the ultimate tech upgrade. Are you serious, Cryptic tier? I like that. The troll tier. Again, Nick, thank you very much, man. And also, Nick, Last of Us is on Plex if you want to go watch it. This is an early April Fool's joke like the Pathjäger. Yeah. Nice, Nick. Congrats. What's it at now? Spider? Oh boy, it's halfway through. I'm gonna mute the notifications for the moment as I read through the rest of these. But again, thank you, Nicholas. Khitomer Alliance Battle Cruiser. The issue with this ship, as I just went through, is that it's, you know, if you look at it side by side against some more modern ships like the Terran Sirius, look at the spec seating. The Terran Sirius gets a commander command versus the lieutenant commander command that the Khitomer has, and the Terran Sirius also gets a lieutenant commander miracle worker. You get a lot more HP on the Sirius. You do lose 1 turn rate, or like 1.5 turn rate, but and okay, you do take a little bit of a hit on all of the mobility stats, but it's not that much. The Khitomer does have 2 universal seats, so that may be a factor for some people. They're gonna readjust after they watch this anyways. Yeah, I think at a minimum, just make sure that people know not to buy this bundle. Okay. There. Now with included lobby. This bundle is a good concept, but lousy execution by Cryptic. Yeah. Stargate? Yeah, that's a good guess. It could also be the next promo. When did what promo dropped? Sure, hold on. Yep, release. So Fluffle did a really good breakdown on when the ship release schedule is, and this was, as you guys saw in my last news video, I talked about there was, you know, most likely going to be a Muds bundle coming out this month or in March. and that is this Khitomer Alliance bundle that they just announced. I do imagine that they will push one out much sooner, though, given that this is probably not going to be a very popular bundle in its current form. But we are also due a legendary bundle. They have been usually pushing them out around April, but we could probably see that pushed out a little bit earlier. We'll find out. You would buy a Breen ship bundle? Merkstar, I have applied to Cryptic in the past. Just never really went anywhere. No, I'm direct hardwired and Nicholas. I was only on Wi-Fi there for a few days. There was a question for me. I would wait on the 13th bundle. Just wait. Just wait for a 35% sale. There will be a 35% sale for bundles sometime in March if they follow the sales pattern that they did last year. And I think that'll be a pretty good price for the 13th bundle at that point. Terrible chill. Exotic, yeah. There's still a ton of different lockbox, promo, and lobby ships they could have pulled from to do Muds bundles. Like, this is just them trying something. Like, there's still loads and loads of premium ships that they can use for Muds bundles, but they just wanted to see if they could get away with this. um, my issue too with the Wi-Fi is my motherboard Wi-Fi seems to be messing up, so yeah, being hardwired definitely is a bit more beneficial for me. Yeah, if you refresh the page, Darthon, I think they fixed that. But yeah, initially the blog had dates stating that the bundle was dropping in March, June, and November. Like, there was legitimately like 3 different dates in this blog. It was ridiculous. So going back to the Khitomer here, obviously side by side, the only thing it has over the Sirius is very slight gains to mobility, and it is a 5-3 versus the Sirius being a 4-4. But the Sirius is not that bad of a ship. It's got better spec seatings, and it's got a hangar bay, whereas the Khitomer does not. Yeah, Mark the Chief. That may have been part of the reason they pushed it out this early, is they want to see the reaction. Okay. So the Khitomer trait is automated shield alignment, and this gives you damage for missing shields and shield heal on defeat. So as you lose your shield capacity, it will give you a damage boost, and when you defeat a foe, it will give you a shield heal. Not the worst trait, and I think there were people using this as like a budget trait there for a while, but I don't know, how well it stacks up against more premium offerings. Probably not that well. It's a good budget trait, but not $150. Section 31. Okay, yeah, you're right. That was the Section 31. So let me see what the exact release date was for that. That released on March 17th. So yeah, the March 23rd. I could see them doing that. I mean, that or the 16th. But I think the 23rd would line up quite well. That's a good catch. You want the Titan as the promo lockbox next. The Titan is not going to drop until season 3 of Picard is fully aired. So that's not That's not going to be out probably until summer or fall. Yeah. Yeah, chaps. Yeah. You know, I agree. Yeah, Steven, I haven't played around with it yet, but that'll probably be something I do on a dedicated stream. Armor Ken, how's it going? Event ships bundle costing the same as Infinity and promo ship bundle. What are they smoking? I know. By the way, Europa Heavy Battle Cruiser is better than Khitomer. Let's take a look there. So you said the Europa. For this comparison, I am using the sortable, filterable ship list from Fleffel. I'll include a link to this in the chat real quick and in the description of the video for those of you that want to mess around with it. You do, of course, need to go to File, make a copy so you can tune things yourself and play around with it. So the Europa, this isn't even the fleet version of it, is it? What is the fleet version of the Europa? Fleet Nimitz? Okay, there we go. Oh yeah. So the Europa and the fleet version is, yeah, you're right, like a straight upgrade. Well, they trade blows, I think would be better. Because look at this, you are losing one tack console versus the Khitomer. So it's not like an upgrade, but it's a close comparison. Nimitz, yeah. And hello, Nimitz. You got a ship named after you in the game here. Yeah, chill if you want to do that. So there is already like some C-store ships that trade blows. You know, and if you look at this, the whole capacity on the Nimitz is much better than the Khitomer. Mobility's slightly worse off, but they're very comparable ships. Oh yeah, the Lexington absolutely. The only thing that the Lexington would have or not have versus the Khitomer is it's a 4-4 setup, but realistically, I think people. I don't think a 4-4 is as bad as people think. I think that 5-3 is definitely good. 5-3 definitely has an advantage, but I don't think 4-4 is really as bad as people make it out to be. And I think the Lexington proved that. Look at how much of a workhorse the Lexington was, you know? Let's set this back to the serious. Yeah. Yeah, the Brennan, exactly. Yeah, Lexington's still a very good ship. Very good. I think that was an eye opener for some people that, hey, 4-4 can still, you know, pack quite a punch. Thank you, Chell. And the other part of this that I have not looked at yet is the console, the aligned anti-proton shielding. This has passives on it. It's another 17.1% Cat 1 anti-proton damage, 17.1 to Starship shield capacity. What is that actually? How much of a boost is that? 17.1 times 0.3. So it's a 5% boost to your shield capacity with the Khitomer console. So it's not even that significant of a boost. The clicky on it, incoming damage buffs, weapon haste, and shields. Yeah, so this was a trait that some people used as like a tank, like a tanky type console for a little bit. It's not terrible, but again, Is it $150? Is it worth $150? Probably not. So I think that's what this really all boils down to is like these ships on their own, the ships and the attached consoles, traits, and the pets for the Drock, they're not terrible. It's just that they were really good when they were something that you could freely obtain through the anniversary events. But as a MUDs bundle that has a base cost of $300 for the pick 3 pack and $600 for the mega pack that has all of the secondary items with it, value's not really there. The Undine Chirax the Undine Chirax, that is potentially like a meta torp boat right there too. I picked one up a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Broadsiding was a very popular thing through the first couple years of the game also. I think it just fell out of favor because Fire at Will got hit so hard a couple years back. Got the Lucario Vanda shield on this right now. But yeah, the Undine Chirax, like as a torque boat, it's got some interesting potential now. Yeah. Buff Fall. Cryptic is amazingly predatory with FOMO. Absolutely. Yeah, that too, Chell. So yeah, I think I've pretty much covered it and said it repeatedly now. I do not think that you should spend $150 on this bundle. As good as some of the, secondary attachments to some of these ships may be, they're not worth $150. They really are not. And what really sucks about them putting the event ships in a MUDs bundle like this is that if you just need one of the ships, like if you have the Jirok and the Tamir, but you want to get the Khitomer Alliance Battlecruiser, the only way you can get it now is by buying this entire bundle. It just is really, really poor value. Yeah, it's much easier now to keep dual beam banks on target. Absolutely. Kayla? Yeah, they were good as event prizes for sure. They were good as event prizes, but as something that you'd have to spend $150 on, absolutely not. $150, what does that get you on Steam nowadays? What is that? That's a couple of AAA games. The $150 is going to get you a lot of entertainment through other games now. So one of the things I constantly am sitting here looking at nowadays is, some of these bundles in Stowe, like they're cool, like the 13th bundle, I think once they put the sticks in wasn't the worst deal ever. But at the same time, it's $130. And I go and I look at Steam and I'm just thinking for $100-ish dollars, how much entertainment could I get out of, a new AAA game compared to what I'm going to get out of, some new ships in Stowe? And, the new games are obviously going to provide much more entertainment for me than ships that are just going to do more of the same thing. Cryptic should have added a console set bonus with this bundle. Absolutely. All of these Khitomer consoles, they do not have a console set, which is lost opportunity. Could say that with every single thing that they release. Absolutely. $150 for 32 gigs of RAM. RAM is cheaper than that. That's like 64 gigs right now with the market. with DDR4 at least. Then I think a lot of people asked for the Khitomer ships to be put into the game. I just don't think people wanted them to introduce them via a bundle like this. And I think that's the reaction Cryptic is probably getting right now, is that people want these ships to be available, but not like this. You could buy Atomic Heart in Hogwarts, yeah. You could buy a lot of new games for this, absolutely. Absolutely, Chef Fox, absolutely. Yeah, Epic tokens are a terrible value, to be fair, but at a minimum, they do serve as a dill sink. For me personally, I think the ideal way to make event ships available again is to put them into the Mud Store, but under the ships tab. Because then for $40 during a sale, that ship is unlocked account wide for you. And a reminder, you need on average like 70 to 80 bucks worth of dilithium to get a single epic token. And then that epic token is getting you a ship for a single character. $150 is a new SSC? That's still overpriced. Like for if you're talking like 2 terabytes. I mean, it depends what tier. I just picked up another 4 terabytes of storage. I got 2 of the older Intel 670Ps, like $80 a pop. The prices are crazy right now. Look on Twitter. Is there already like some feedback to this? Have they realized that the pricing's bad? I don't see anything, Voyager. I see notifications, but I don't see anything new. 10% of a flagship GPU. Chiaps, yeah. Yeah, I saw your comment there, Martin. I think that there's a lot of people that are not going to be interested in this bundle. Baby V'ger is hunting me, I know. What are the odds this is a 13th anniversary situation and they add a 4th alliance ship? I don't see them. I don't know, because even if they add another ship in there, it's still a pick 3 choice pack, right? So just you're still going to be looking at $150 for it. It's really hard to justify in its current form. Boycott this overpriced. Hopefully that's what people do, and hopefully enough people actually do that to show Cryptic that this is not the correct way to monetize things. Oh yeah, I saw that, Voyager. Demo? I'm doing good. Just seeing how low Cryptic is stooping to try and monetize event ships. Their post still says 8 items in the mega bundle, but there's only 7. That's just a copy and paste error. What if they added the Mirror Warship? I think that would probably do it for some people, to be honest. Yeah, it's like 42.50, I think, Mark. Yep, exactly, Steven. Spencer, what do I think the next promo or lockbox ship is? My prediction is probably going to be Well, if we look at the ship release schedule, we should be getting a promo ship also in March here. And my guess is they're going to pull from like an iconic ship from Lower Decks or Strange New Worlds, and it's probably going to be Fed themed because Kale said on the last 10 forward that they want to just do Fed focused ships. So they're not going to do anything from Picard yet. I don't think they have the rights to do the Protostar yet. So that leaves ships from Strange New Worlds or Lower Decks, and I think they've already got the Strange New World ships in here. So from Lower Decks, that the most iconic one would be the Texas from season 3. And then there's the Obina that people really wanted from Lower Decks, but to me, I think the Texas is the most likely option. Yeah, lazy. I agree. Mere warship in it, you'd buy it. Adding a mere warship in it gets to the Muds Lost in the Delta Quadrant range. Yeah. Sombra. I don't even know what that is. I don't know if that's iconic enough. Terrible, Nick. The issue is with like the Avian Raider is that they want to focus on Fed ships. That's the issue. What about those new orange ships in Strange New Worlds? That could be a good lockbox, but I don't. It really does seem like they want to focus on Fed ships when it comes to promo. What have the last few promos been? So the Stargazer, the Cheval, which is Vulcan, but I mean that's close enough to Fed, right? The Section 31 Dreadnought Cruiser, the Kirk, Courage, Janeway, Inquiry, La Serena. Like almost every promo ship now for the past couple of years has been Fed. Like it's going to be Fed themed or Vulcan. So whatever the next ship is, it's probably going to be Federation. Could the bundle have worked if they made the Muds bundle version of the event ships full spec? Perhaps. Perhaps. Lazy Lex, thank you for the $5. I'm glad to be providing an entertaining breakdown. Discord is YouTubing me. Yeah, yeah. I think the mere warship in there would entice like the min max players that have no issue whaling out, but for the more casual folks, it's still not going to be enough value. Gotcha, Stargate. Yeah, the Inquiry, there was a lot of supply of it from it being put into the Lobby store last year, so I think that may have been. Okay, I think I'm back. You guys hear me? Yes, yes, yes. There we go. It's lagging for you. Let me. Yeah, I got a drop on OBS there. Okay. I don't know what got missed there, but Lazy Lex again, thank you for the 5 if that got missed. Um yeah, if they want to monetize event ships this hard, then give them improved seating, absolutely. There's still 4 to 5 32nd century ships and 2 Navarre. Yeah, that's true also. Could probably talk yourself into the mirror warship. Is stream being hosted? Well, it looks like my net didn't drop out. It was OBS that dropped out, which usually doesn't happen. OBS is usually quite stable. Cryptic Revenge. Saw something saying your OnlyFans site was running hot. Oh no. What they could do is there is already a precedent for giving like upgraded version of event ships. They did it with the Ryzian Pilot Raider a couple years back, where there is actually a fleet version of it that you can go out and pick up that has a full spec seat. Mirror Warship bundle versus Lexington plus Adamant. If I had to choose between the Mirror Warship and the Lexington and Adamant, I'd go for the Mirror Warship. Just because I think that ship is still quite capable, even though it's weaker spec seating. But the trade on the Mirror Warship is just so good. Yeah. Have I ever tried the Tier 6 Sea Store Fed pilot ships? Yeah, years ago. I used to use the Romulan Warbird one for PvP all the time. Yeah. The the engineering pilot Warbird was really good in PvP. So is there any other questions that you guys have about this bundle? I think I pretty much covered everything. It's really, really disappointing. And I think it's quite clear that people are not a big fan of this bundle. Like, for me, if I wanted to go through and pick this up, I would get the Khitomer, for me, I would get the ships that I don't have. And that's basically what this bundle is doing, is you're getting the event ships that you missed out on. Um so if I got it, I'd get the Khitomer Alliance Battlecruiser and the Tamir Raider because those are the two that I'm missing. But then if you look at the value of that, that's 2 event ships, and then I'd probably grab the T6 coupon, so I'd be getting 4 ships for $150, which is just that's such terrible value. Salty, you're a whale. 45k Lobby. Salty's making me feel poor right now. What was the last Lobby ship they added? It's been a long time since they put a Lobby ship in. I will tell you that right now. I think they've basically given up on Lobby. The Undine Kawavi was the last Lobby ship put into the game in June of 2020. And that wasn't even new, that was just an upgraded version of the T5. The actual like new Lobby ship was 2018 with the Herc Necrid. Update my crystal ball of bad decisions. Did I see this bundle incoming? No. No, this legitimately, I had no idea this bundle was arriving. Brennan, I like that. Yeah, if you already have one of the ships, the value of the bundle goes down massively. How much Lobby do I have? I think around 22, 23,000. Yeah, like these, like I said before, these aren't bad ships. It's just that they were good while they were free, and now that they are not, now that they cost $150. No. Voyager, can you be more specific? Which are you replying to there in Discord? T6 Obelisk Gwen. Hey, Critter, how's it going? Is it not even worth a leak for this bund? Oh, Voyager. That was... There you go, Voyager. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, there's lots of things where it really just feels like they could capitalize on it, but they really have not done very well. Like Latinum, there's so much they could do with Latinum. They could use it as an EC drain to help the economy out. Imagine if they put in like you guys remember the gold Decora that they sent out to a couple people a couple years back, and it really upset a ton of people that did not get it. They could put something like that into the GPL store. Put it in there for like a billion GPL. Think of what type of resource drain that would be for EC. Because what is it to get like a billion GPL is going to cost you like 1.5 billion EC or something. But that's something you could work on over time. Just think of how good of an EC drain that could be for the economy, which would then bring down the prices of keys that way. Bring down the price of keys, ships, and all that. I will go down to ground and we will take a look to verify what my Lobby number is currently at. I would say that most of my Lobby value is courtesy of Martin right now, because Martin has gifted me a ton of keys. Yeah, so probably about 5,000 of the Lobby I have from Martin. I have, yeah, just under 2,200. Voyager, like a week and a half ago. If they put the Khitomer and Tamir in like the previous event ships, so 4250, would I get them? Maybe eventually. I wouldn't get them right away, but I would be more likely to get these event ships if they were put in individually into the mud store than I would be as, a full bundle. I think I'd be more likely to grab the Tamir or Khitomer for the trader console for $40, compared to just having that big wall of requirement of spend $150 or you're not getting it. T6 Obelisk. I am really far behind on chat. Martin, I think a lot of us want it. The Platinum. I don't know if they even have an economist and like on the Stowe team anymore, because you would think that someone doing that would probably also be looking at the data of what is generating what resource in the game. So if there was an economist on staff dedicated to the economy, you would think that they would have picked up on like the Starbase 1 stuff, much sooner. Speaking of which, I know I'm really far behind on chat and I will get caught up, but where is the Dilex at right now? The Deluxe has 2.65 million in the backlog right now. Just think of how much that's come down over the past month. Like, that is crazy. You know, I was saying this in the news video the other day, but just think about what's going to happen if the Deluxe backlog gets to under like a million. What's going to happen at that point is you're going to have people start to panic sell because, think about this. If you have like $100 worth of Zen, so let's say you have 10k Zen and you sell it for 500 dil per, that's giving you 5 million dilithium. Well, if the dilithium market goes down to, let's say, 450, then you could sell your dill that you had traded while the dill rate was high, trade that back to Zen, and you've got 10% more, Zen there. So you're going to start to see people really starting to play with the market here quite a bit. And you're probably going to see a lot of panic selling when this Deluxe backlog hits under a million, because everyone that has large amounts of Zen on them is going to want to sell it while they can get as much dilithium from it as possible. And then they'll rebuy their Zen later on once the market stabilizes at a lower price point. E6 revamp of the Hirogen ship so bad? Well, they also, with GPL, and I was going to do this as a video a while back, and I may still do it, but I was going to go through and see how much GPL I could get from just doing like 2 billion EC worth of gambling over on Tribble with it. Because Tribble, you can claim an infinite amount of EC, so I was going to do that for a video, and then it just fell off to the side, and I completely forgot about it. Yeah, the Deluxe is going up after the announcement. Did they ever fix CEA? I do not know if it's fully fixed. I've heard some people saying it's definitely performing a bit better, but is the Drock bundle a ripoff in its current state? I would say so. Yeah, Steven, I agree. And you saw my comment. You saw the little write-up I did for what the unannounced item is. Which is a meme and not serious, but that's pretty much how I feel about it. The Cheval is a really good ship Trekkie. Yeah. Keep in mind, the Deluxe did stabilize a little bit, and even go back up a little bit during the 13th bundle being introduced and the World Razor, but then it did start to drop again in the days following, so it may stable out today at around 2.6, but hopefully we'll see it start to decline a bit more again here as the days go on. Do I have any videos about in-game secrets? I've got videos going over some niche things, like some of the accolades people don't really know. There's a few videos out there that probably go over some things that some would consider secrets. Yeah. Trade GPL for Lobby. Definitely planning to sell your Zen. I probably will too. As soon as I see the Deluxe go under a million in the backlog, I will probably just dump all of my remaining Zen into the lithium. I think a lot of people will probably do that. Albert, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a very slow upwards climb, so it'll probably go back down once people realize the bundle's bad. I don't think the Tamir Raider is worth it. I think if you want the Tamir, you just look at the Eagle. The Eagle costs you $30 in the C-store and is just a straight up, like, massive improvement over the Tamir. Yeah, there's one in the Reddit Discord also. I think they knew about the botting, but I just think they weren't willing to do anything about it until there's public pressure. What truly can be done with GPL, you can get vanity items that will make your ship look like Gekli or an Undine ship. There's also a visual consumable that you can get at the GPL store that will make you look like a Borg drone. Trekkie, unfortunately, that's not available in the promo boxes on Tribble, so you're going to have a hard time finding a copy over there. Voltic, how's it going? Chell, if you want to send that to me also, that'd be appreciated. I probably won't take a look at it today because my head's bugging me a little bit, but I'll take a look at it when I'm a bit more awake. Well, I'm awake now, but a bit more clear mind. There was an upgrade weekend accelerating the fall, absolutely. Problem isn't fixed until it drops below 500 per and stays there for some time. 100,000 GPL for 100 lobies too little. It would have to be like 1 million GPL for one lobby. Yeah, the tech upgrade should be over now. Yeah, those interiors. Oh, and Neo, I forgot to get your stuff put on the SCM table. I'll go get that done here after this stream. This Muds bundle has given me a headache? Yeah. I think I'm having some caffeine withdrawal also. Michael, I agree. There is no Zen store on Tribble, so you cannot try out any C-Store ships over there. Anything that you want to try on Tribble C-Store related, you have to have before you go over there. So even ships that you already own, you have to move them over with your character. Otherwise, you can't get them. It's possible that the Deluxe will go back up right away as soon as Starbase 1 ends. But I did get another message the other day from the gold seller that I interviewed telling me that there was a large operation in STO that decided to pull out of STO entirely over the past couple of months. So that may be having an impact also. As a frequent dill buyer, it's going to be heartbreaking seeing anything under 500 per. You can copy the coupon to Tribble, but you won't be able to get a ship with it. The C store just straight up does not exist on Tribble. Starbase 1 Elite will come back, but as you guys saw with the bug that happened with Starbase 1 last week, where it would not complete for some people, it looks like they are making changes behind the scenes to that map to try and prevent AFKing. Have I not had a gallon jug of coffee yet? I did when I woke up. I actually woke up at a decent time today. I think I woke up around 5:55 a.m. So I've set my alarm for the past couple of days to be quite consistent around quite consistent around like 5 to 6 a.m. So I'm on a fairly good schedule again. And yeah, I was looking at player auctions and eBay earlier. Yeah, there's definitely less sellers active. Yeah, 20 JK. They were selling it for real money. And you could like go on player auctions at the time, and now that some of them have, you know, stopped doing it as much and just stopped entirely for some of them, some of them were getting a couple thousand a month off of it. Like there was dozens of gold sellers, and there's still quite a few active, but they were pulling in serious money. Some of these gold sellers were making enough for this to be their full-time job. Any idea why SROs are suddenly way more expensive than usual? I don't know, Chiaps. Brandon, thank you. And like I said in the initial video, I did not initially find the Starbase one bot farms. Someone reported them to me, and then I spent the time. I spent a couple days and weeks like getting the data together, getting the reports done. So I wasn't the one that initially found it, but I definitely did a little bit of the work on the report side at least. Why is it a problem that people can make a living from playing this game? Um, the issue was that it was having a massive impact on everyone else playing the game. I mean, there's plenty of ways. You can go if you want to make money from the game. You can do streams. You can do YouTube, Twitch. Like there are legitimate ways to make money from playing video games. But when you start to with some of the gold selling stuff, when gold sellers themselves aren't, I have nothing against that. What I have an issue with is the botting aspect. Yeah, the, there's no evidence from my point of view to say for sure that I'm responsible for the drop in the Dilex, but yeah, that there's probably a couple other factors that definitely played into it. Hoping for alien ship bundles, and since they're mostly outdated. And the cool ships, yeah, I sort of figured that'd be something that they would do with the Muds bundles, is do Distant Night. Thank you for pointing that out. Um yeah, I was hoping that they would do more like faction based ship packs. Yes, the like button is greatly appreciated. Why do I think stuff costs so much on the exchange? Just yeah. You respond to what they're saying. Noisy engine mud bundle. Has Cryptic done any response yet on this stuff? I mean, they'll probably say something on the 10 forward. They're probably like thinking of what to or like how to address this now. They're definitely like at a minimum price adjustment. At a minimum. This being this full price is a joke. White items are still worth crafting on our own. Um, something that I realized the other day too that could be a really good EC making opportunity is batteries. For whatever reason, these batteries that you can craft, I mean, they're really good for one thing. Like the energy amplifiers, if you're running an energy build, you should be running those. But these stacks of batteries sometimes sell really well. Look, a stack of those, like look at how many materials it takes to craft these. Like 8 of these Verteron particles and 4 of the trionium gas, like just a couple of those, and a stack of those is 100k EC. Like that's one good way you can make, or like, get something out of crafting. Gear wise, some of the special items are still valuable. I think if they did allow you to buy Lobby with GPL, which I don't think they're going to do anytime soon, but I think the price would have to be higher. They would probably make it. They would want to make sure that the GPL route was still not as efficient as actually gambling. So I could see them making it like 500,000 GPL per lobby. Did they change that? Can you use your coupon at the ship vendor? Let me check that. Acquiring GPL is still gambling. That is true. Is there a more efficient way to generate contraband? Yeah, if you have a Klingon character, you can do the marauding missions in sector space. That's one of the reasons that if you ever want to actually like grind out resources, Klingon characters do generally have an advantage because Klingon or Klingon aligned because they have access to the marauding missions in sector space, which can generate a very significant sum of contraband and other resources. Invest into a DAW for crafting omnis. Remember, if you have fleet credits, your fleet research lab does also have those. I need to copy a character over here. Just copy. Let me put some coupons in here. I don't think they made it so you can use the coupons on Triple, but I'll check real quick. The coupons, the T6 coupons that I still have on hand, I'm probably going to save for that bundle with the patrol escort. I have thought about going through and selling one of the ships that I won the other day and using the EC from that to try and pick up like 3 coupons during the sale, because in that case I'd be able to do, 3 ships for a giveaway rather than just one. Mishi, thank you for the sub. You guys said that the Reddit thread had a bit of discussion also, so let me check that out. Dribble takes a very long time to load. Yeah, counter YOLO, what he said here is a very good point. Like if they went through and made it so that the Muds bundle, like this Muds bundle was just like a bunch of the previous event ships, and it worked like the Kelvin one where each selection gets you multiple ships. So with what he says here is there'd be one option that would get you the Khitomer Alliance Raider, Battlecruiser, and Carrier. Then option 2 would get you like the Ryzian ships, option 3 the Breen ones, and so on. Like something like that would work extremely well. That would legitimately, that would be a good value at that point for the secondary items that those ships have, but they haven't done that. So you said that the T6 coupons can still be used on Tribble. Let's take a look. The issue on Tribble is generally that the C store doesn't work. The C store is disabled. Yeah, YOLO's idea is really good. I don't think the C store ships are listed here. I could be wrong. The dilithium ships are all here. The fleet versions of the ships are here, but I don't see any of the non-fleet, just standard C store ones that I don't already have on this character. World Razor on Tribble. I don't know if I still have one over there. Use the filter. This. Yeah, even with the filter, I only see the ships here that I have on my character. And the C store doesn't work. This is on Tribble. So Counter YOLO's idea on how to resolve the issue with the Smuds bundle is to give make it work like the Kelvin, where each of the specific options in the bundle is actually like a set of ships. So the first one here would actually be all three of these Khitomer ships combined into one. The second option could be some of the Rising ships all put together. Option 3, some of the Breen ones or the Fakiri. And then a fourth option with some of the other anniversary ships. Like a bundle like this would actually be really good. Like this, what Counter YOLO said here would be amazing. It would actually end up being worth it. But that is not what Cryptic has done. Rather, Cryptic has went in and made it so each of the ships, each three of these Khitomer ships is a different option for the pack. Yeah, there's a few different bundles like that. And yeah, the temporal one, like the temporal muds bundle, the only one that I actually own. I have the choice packs because I selected the destroyers and the science vessel. So those individual options give me a box that then lets me choose, from one of the 3 ships that were part of that. Yeah, P cubed, the bundle sucks. And welcome. Do not underestimate the value of specialization qualification manuals. Yeah. Cheops, I legitimately do not know. I do not know who makes that decision there. I need to get 2 endeavors done. I know this is not exactly the point of the stream, but we've pretty much talked everything through now. If there's any other questions you guys have or any other topics surrounding this lovely bundle, feel free to drop them in. Let's see if Cryptic lowers the price or adds a ship in. Yeah, I'll be curious to see. Kale should be doing the 10 forward stream in about 2 hours, 15 minutes. So we'll see if there's a response at all there. Thank you, Joe. Spencer, when are you going to retire from Stowe? Not anytime soon, Stewie. Not anytime soon. Also, I know I've been a little slow with videos, this past week or so. It was a combo of things. Getting my sleep schedule back together. Just not feeling the best. Then my internet was messing up, and then I got to a point then once everything started to work out where I just wasn't in the a mindset to get some of the videos done at the quality level that I'd want. So little break every now and then doesn't hurt. I've still been, doing the streams and the news stuff, but I'll begin to the videos here in the near future, including all the reviews that I want to get caught up on. This is the best Muds bundle ever, according to Cryptic. Yeah, we need Gecko to say that. When can we have a promo pack event? Voltic probably sometime in March when they do the new promo drop. You and Goss can start a support group. I haven't heard from Goss in a while. But I think the last time I talked to him, he was talking about starting up a new job and stuff, so. No, thankfully I don't really I've never really well, I take that back. I have dealt with death threats in this game before. There was someone back when I used to do PvP that got really mad about losing in a fight, and he did threaten uh to come over to Iowa. I don't think he necessarily threatened to kill me, but he was very unhappy. When will they do a bundle 35% off sale? That's a good idea. STO 3 sale. So if we look back to last year, on this post by Mark the Chief, there was a 35% bundle sale back on March 24th, so that'd be the 23rd this year. So if they follow that trend, you'll probably be able to get the 13th anniversary bundle at a 35% discount here at the end of March. Crimson, indeed. Okay, I need to do disruptor damage and kinetic. Let's slap a torpedo on here. Where's neutronic? New legendary ships come in March. $150K, very nice. Yes, this is a rainbow build. This is my Endeavor build. And basically, this is the build I bring in when I want to get Endeavor, you know, the damage Endeavor's done. Nice, Arthur. What is my Endeavor rank? Let me check. Have I experimented any more with reroute reserves to weapons? No. I have done very little testing. To be honest, I just outside of like the streams recently, I just definitely a little bit of burnout and trying to balance that to not push it and get fully burnt out. You know how that can always be. Endeavors, I'm at 522. Hoodwinked, yes, they have all three of the Khitomer ships in a Muds bundle, a full normal price Muds bundle. Nimitz, thank you for stopping by. One thing for sure, 10-4 tonight is going to be awkward. Yeah, absolutely. Trekkie, thank you for stopping by. Which are you talking about? The Borg duty officers, Ryan? Um, so for torpedoes, obviously 27 is always really good, but 23 is one that also is quite good because it's going to trigger off of command abilities. But if you also want to boost subspatial warheads, like 26, 31, any of the dot boosting ones can also do quite well. Need popcorn to watch that stream? Yeah, Arthur, you can move your R&D materials between characters via your account bank or mail. Yeah, Damo, for sure. Do I ever think they'll introduce a new zone? Probably not at this rate. P cubed, are you a bit late in the stream or are you live? I don't know if you're responding to what we talked about earlier. So with the Dilex, um, you joined late. Okay. So you're live though. So I just want to make sure I was answering to you in live. Um, I think when the Dilex backlog goes under 1 million, you're gonna see a bunch of people start to panic sell because they'll want to get as much dilithium for their Zen as possible, and then later on they may use some of that dilithium once the market stabilizes at whatever point it goes to then go through and get more Zen. So like here, the Dilex is at 500 still, and I've got 11,900 Zen. So if I convert this all to dilithium, I'd get just under 6 million 6 million dilithium. Now, if I were to wait until the Dilex, let's say the Dilex dropped to 400. Unlikely it'll drop that far, but let's just do a hypothetical. If the Dilex dropped to 400 and I sold all of that dilithium for back to Zen, then I would have turned my initial 11,900 Zen into just under 15K. Yeah, playing the market. Yeah. I only have 5 million EC. Absolutely. If I had enough EC to buy a Master Key and gamble, I'd buy a key and gamble. But yeah, that's like the basic of playing the market, like the Dilex market. You buy or you sell your Zen when the lithium's got a really high value, and then you sell your lithium, when it's back to Zen when the value of when the Dota Zen rate's a little bit lower. I'm not saying that the market's going to change that much, but that's just an example of if I sold my current Zen for the lithium at 500 per, and then hypothetically, if the market went to 400 dil per Zen, and I sold it back, that'd be like $30 gain. Yeah, keys. So if the Dilex does start to drop under 500 to 1, you'll start to see keys probably follow on a downward trend also. Yeah. It'll take some time, but like the backlog's still there. So until the backlog is eliminated, the EC market's probably not going to change much. But yeah, like I said, if we can get this Dill-X backlog to under 1 million, I will, as soon as I see it go under 1 million, I am dumping all of my Zen for Dill to wait and see where the rate goes to. Styles, I don't think they'll ever do that. I know Triz just cares about the visuals. But for Cryptic, there's a lot of people playing this game that only care about the visuals. So they'll never do that. Yeah, exactly, Mark the Chief. If you sell your Zen at 500 dill per Zen, that's still the cap. So even if the Dill-X doesn't go down, you can just convert it right back and get everything you put in back. You may have to wait a little bit, so you may want to keep enough Zen on hand for a ship or a bundle if that's something you care about. But, if you're playing the long game, definitely sell your Zen while it's still 500 dill per Zen. But yeah, Styles, I get where Triz comes from with that idea. I just don't think they would ever do it. It would definitely lose them too much money. Yep, indeed, Martin. Okay. I have been streaming for just under 2 hours here, so I'm going to wrap things up for today. A reminder, let me check how long this giveaway's got left. There is 40 minutes left on this giveaway in my Discord for a 24 of 47 Borg duty officer. That is the really expensive Borg duty officer for Federation that gives you a power boost that can give you a power boost when you hit Miracle Worker abilities, and also gives you a crit boost. So very good duty officer, very, very valuable. That giveaway ends in 40 minutes. Just go to the giveaways channel in my Discord, link down below, and hit the blue button under that post to enter. You'll have to scroll up just a little bit to see it, but 39 minutes until it ends. And over on the Builds Discord, there is still a giveaway going on over there for a Tier 6 Borg Juggernaut that's got 11 days left on it. You just have to go to the giveaways channel there, hit that blue button, and that is courtesy of Martin here. Both the Doff and the Borg Jug are courtesy of Martin. And the only difference between my Discord and the Builds Discord is the Builds Discord does have stricter requirements on the giveaways now. So you have to say something in any of the chat channels in that Discord in order to qualify for that Borg Juggernaut. So you have until March 11th to go into general and say hi. You just say something like hello, and that would be enough to get you qualified to win that Borg Jug. You still have to hit the blue button there, but you get what I'm saying. Where do they drop from? The Borg duty officers drop from, the Borg lockbox or the Infinity lockbox. If I criticize the bundle, yeah, I just generally, I understand the position that Kale's in, so I'm not going to go after him. I do get frustrated sometimes by the things that he says, but I understand his position, like in the amount of crap that he has to deal with from people messaging him. So I'm not gonna. I don't blame him, for the issues we run into. Obviously, he takes a bit of the heat because he is the community manager. And he does, make mistakes, especially with the blogs. I mean, the blog today referenced this Muds bundle coming out in March, June, and November. But it's, I think a lot of the issues are just cryptic in general. No, Voyager, that does not exist on my Discord. Yeah, Borg jugs are still about half a bill. Okay, that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching. There will be probably a news video at least a news video out the next day or so. I have a couple different things to discuss. The changes to the wiki, I forgot to mention in the last news video. The stealth nerf to the digitizer torpedo. Those aren't good anymore, or I mean they're not really worth using anymore. They still can do damage, but they have a long cooldown now. So there's definitely a few topics that I need to cover in a news video, but yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you, Lazy Lex, for the $5, Nick for the 20, and I'm gonna have to get this members page. Like, I'm gonna have to add another column in there after that. So thank you all for the continued support. See you guys around.